Thrall.
I don't like the looks of what the Forsaken are doing here at the Bulwark. Bombs, cauldrons, needless bloodshed, none of these embody that which the Argent Crusade stands for. Furthermore, I don't like the fact that they employ mercenaries like yourself. Nothing against you personally, hero. It's just that you could be doing so much more for yourself. If you're interested in healing the Plaguelands, rather than replaguing them, then report to Field Agent Kardish at the Mender's Stead to the east.
For the Horde!
What would you ask of death?
Hurry, hero. There isn't time to waste. The city of Andorhal is in the middle of a three-way war between the Forsaken, the Alliance, and the Scourge. Lady Sylvanas has sent one of her best Death Knights to lead the charge for her cause, but I'm sure he can use all the help he can get. With Arthas dead, now is the perfect time for the Forsaken to take Andorhal. Speak with the Bat Handler, Timothy Cunningham, when you are ready, and he will put you on the first flight out there.
Embrace the shadow. Speak quickly. Farewell.
You need only ask.
It's about time you arrived, hero.
Death alone cannot stop us.
Darkmaster Gandling of the Cult of the Damned leads the Scourge offensive here in Andorhal. My old counterpart, Thessarian, leads the Alliance forces. If we're to win Andorhal, we'll have to defeat both. But we will certainly fail if we take on both at once. I know Thessarian well enough to know that he will focus on the Scourge first. We will do the same. Take out the weaker, desiccated Scourge to reduce their numbers. The Alliance will have to wait to taste our wrath.
We have died so that others may live.
I haven't got all day. You fools will never defeat the Scourge with those abominations running around. Goltira blathers on about reducing their numbers, but the Scourge's best weapon here in Andorhal can be found in those lumbering brutes that are my death guards around like rag dolls. I won't have it. Enter the battlefield and destroy those monsters. Goodbye.
I'm listening. Beware the living. Arash the Summoner is bolstering the Scourge defenses with simple skeletons. An army of weaklings that will yield before it. He has assembled an enemy within Andorhal's northern towers that spew these skeletons out at an alarming rate. But I've got the solution.
Jarl passes you a handful of grenades.
Their function is simple. Throwing these grenades at a bone animus, or, for that matter, a mob of skeletons, will reduce them to splinters.
Our time will come.
I saw the strangest commotion coming through town the other day. A horse-drawn cart, loaded with crates and chests, a war-gen woman at the reins, a blood elf by her side, and a dwarven paladin running behind, yelling some of the most creative obscenities I've heard in quite some time. They looked like they were headed to eastern Plaguelands, though I'd imagine they can't be far past the Thondrail River by now. I wonder what they were up to.
Remember, patience, discipline.
Speak quickly.
These grenades are all explosives, nothing more. Even as a member of the Royal Apothecary Society, I recognize that some problems are not solved by throwing more plague at them. With the Animus destroyed, the next logical step is to take out Araj himself, and to take a shard of his phylactery. You've probably already seen him lurking at the fountain in the center of town. Take my grenades with you. They won't do anything to Araj, but if he decides to summon any of those skeletons, you can use them to blow them away again.
Dark Lady, watch over you.
What is it? With the behemoths out of the way, our victory against the Scourge is inevitable. Our current chances against the Alliance aren't quite as favorable, but that's no concern of yours. Not yet, anyhow. Do not seek death.
What is your desire? Death alone cannot stop us.
You may not act quickly, but at least you do not fail me. Very well. I will have a more important task for you, hero, when the time is right.
We do what the living cannot. We have died so that others
The Skullman's
may
is
live.
one of the few Scourge holdouts remaining west of the Fondrel. The headmaster of Skullman's, a cultist by the name of Darkmaster Gandling, has made an appearance on the battlefield. This will be his final mistake. You will find Gandling in a square near the southern end of town. I want you to fight and weaken Gandling. I will join you to help finish him off.
Death alone cannot stop us. We do what the living cannot.
Gandling has brought his lieutenant, the Ravanian, with him. This lumbering brute is far more dangerous than any of the other Scourge you will find upon the battlefield. Even the abominations. You will find a Ravanian within a tower near the southern end of town. I recommend caution before fighting him. He will not be a pushover.
We have died so that others may live. You need only ask. Death alone cannot stop us.
Arash is a formidable opponent. Be prepared.
We have died so that others
Ara
may
dead.
live.
This is good. The Royal Apothecary Society has done its part, as have you, hero.
We do what the living cannot.
Excellently done, hero.
Death alone cannot stop us.
Excellently done, hero. And now, with the leader of the Scourge forces eliminated from Andorhal, we bide our time.
We do what the living cannot.
The Forsaken are victorious, and our forces are still strong. Military strategy dictates that we attack the Alliance now while they are recovering and unaware. I have other plans, however. We will wait. We attack Thessarion and his troops when the time is right. In the meantime, speak with Rhonda Mulva and take a flight to the Bulwark. On the Plaguelands' western border, High Executor Darrington will give you your next assignment. You will hear from me when you are needed again in Andorhal.
We have died so that others may live.
Good fortune.
Welcome, hero, as you can. Our camp is a joint expedition between Argent Crusade members and Cenarian Circle Druids, but we welcome all who to help heal the land.
Dionys Aka.
No longer does the Scourge hold this area. We, the living, are retaking Lordaeron. We have taken great strides already, as you have already seen. The earth flowers, the trees grow tall and green, and the wildlife is beginning to return. Yet a few remnants of Undeath remain. While the trees and grass prosper, the animals are struggling. Something is preventing them from healing, and I intend to find out what. Bring me samples from the plagued wildlife so that I may study them more closely.
Remain vigilant. I've been expecting.
I am a dream, Tohai, the druid of the Cenarian Circle. You can thank us for healing this land, where once there was only death. We accept all who choose to follow the druidic path, regardless of race, faction, or talent. Occasionally, that means we enlist a druid who needs more help than others. I'd like you to meet Zenkiki. He's pretty known, and he's still learning his craft. Would you mind taking him out with you for a while? You can practice combat on the plagued animals that roam nearby.
Walk with me, mother.
You got fine taste, I can tell.
I'm glad someone's here to help me out. We Cenarian druids have recultivated Dowson's farm. Immediately behind me, the land has flourished, and our crops have been successful. Mostly, a few plants seem to still be infected by the plague that ran through this land. Perhaps their roots were too deep. Perhaps the seeds were weak. I cannot say. All I can say is that I need an able adventurer like you to help me remove the bad plants from the good ones.
Always a pleasure. Paying customers only.
Thank you for your help, hero. I know that picking vegetables isn't the most heroic task imaginable, but even the humblest tasks have their rewards.
Cheers, mate.
The winds guide you.
It looks like Zenkiki is still having a little bit of trouble with his shapeshifting.
Winds be at your back.
Among other things, Zenkiki needs to work on his spell accuracy. I could see his wrath spell spiraling out of control even from here. In fact, I used them as a marker to follow your progress through the woods. Perhaps we can use Zenkiki another way. Take him up to the top of the hill just to our east. The diseased hawks that circle above that hill must be destroyed. Ask Zenkiki to shoot at these hawks. Even if he can't hit them, he will distract them so you can finish them off.
Ancestors watch over you. The Naru have not forgotten us.
Once the animals are healed, our duties here will be nearly complete.
Good health, long life.
This will be more than enough, hero. Now, I will need some time to perform my studies.
Do not lose faith.
We are not the only Argent Crusaders here in the Plaguelands. Our headquarters, Hearthglen, lies to the north. Even nearer to the north is a small lumber mill, which we also control. Nathaniel Duma is my main contact at the lumber mill. I encourage you to speak with him, should you find yourself in that part of the woods.
May your days be long and your hardships few.
I can't attack that.
Talk to me.
I can't attack that target.
Hello, man.
How may I aid you?
Now we're getting somewhere. How many birds did Zenkiki end up killing? None? You killed them all yourself, all right? I suppose we'll have to find another use for him then. I will let you know when the time is right.
May the eternal sun shine upon you.
What can I do for you?
Welcome to Northridge, hero.
For the Alliance.
Ah, it's good to be back in Northridge. I've got my mill, my beautiful wife, a bouncing baby boy. I've even put in my hat with the Argent Crusade. We'll be supplying Tyrion's forces with lumber. My lumberjacks were being exceptionally productive, too, up until the point when the spiders came. Now they refuse to go any deeper in the woods. Maybe you can help me out. Hop on one of my horses and use it to frighten those spiders. Maybe we can avoid bloodshed and just scare them away.
Light bless you.
Hey there.
I'm Zisto for Nathaniel. He spent so long to return to Northridge, and now with the Scarlet Crusade out of the way, he can finally move back home. On in a city. It's just, even for such a seemingly idyllic setting, it's not really the best place to raise a family. For example, along this valley's edge, you will find rabid foxes searching for innocent prey. Every once in a while I catch a glimpse of one looking right at me. Please remove some of these foxes. I don't feel safe with them near.
Farewell. It's too far away. I need to target something first. Well met.
I feel a bit more relieved, hero. Thank you.
Safe travels. See you around.
Farther to the south, you'll find Red Pine Knolls, a new arrival to the area. You probably passed some on your way here. Nathaniel pretends like they're not a problem, but I know better. I've seen them running away with our lumber at night. I don't know what they do with lumber. They don't seem particularly handy, but that doesn't stop them from stealing it. Head down to their camps and steal that lumber back.
Be careful. Have a good one.
I have my doubts about those Knolls' intentions. They haven't attacked us yet, but their numbers are growing, and they seem to always have their weapons ready. I'm no military expert, but that seems a little aggressive to me. Maybe if we took away some of their weapons, they'd be a little less likely to pose a threat to our mill. I'd feel much better about the whole situation if you went down there and brought some of their weapons back to me.
Farewell.
King's honor, friend.
Well, it sounds like they're certainly afraid of the Mustang, but they're not leaving for good. I can't have you running around on a horse forever. Nor do I think you want to. Fine. Bloodshed it is.
Go with honor, friend.
The High Lord was generous enough to send some of his recruits to protect us here at the mill. With your horsemanship skills and their martial prowess, we can do away with this spider problem easily. Hop back on that Mustang and scare those spiders again, but this time, scare them all the way up here to the mill. These Hearthglen recruits can handle things from there.
Be careful. with you.
That's much more like it. Now my lumberjacks can get to work again. Nice riding out there, hero. You cut a pretty impressive silhouette on that Mustang.
Go with honor, friend.
Oh, before you go, hero, I have a message for you. There's someone in Hearthglen who'd like to meet with you. Said he's heard Ura pop up a few times already. Consider yourself lucky, hero. Not everybody gets a personal audience with High Lord Tyrion Fordring. Oh, and feel free to use one of my Mustangs for the ride up there. They're the fastest money can buy.
Light bless you.
Hello. Be careful.
Some of the older lumberjacks tell me that the Red Pine lived in the area several years ago, but left when the plague arrived. That doesn't make it okay for them to steal, though.
Have a good one.
I'll just put this back over in the lumber stores outside. Nathaniel probably won't even notice it was missing.
See you around.
I don't want to order some sort of mass gnoll genocide because of the mother's worries. I'd just like to feel safe in my own home.
Safe travels.
Thank you, hero. I'll be throwing these in the fire. We don't want those gnolls just sneaking in and stealing them back.
Farewell.
We shall triumph!
Hero, it is truly a pleasure. I know you are young and still training, but I've had my eye on you. We among the Argent Crusade are always looking for promising new recruits, and you have indeed shown great promise. I have no immediate tasks for you, but merely wished to meet you in person and see for myself what type of hero you really were. For the time being, the amenities of Hearthglen are yours to enjoy. I look forward to our next meeting, hero. You are dismissed.
Courage is our greatest weapon.
What can I do for you?
I've been many places in my life, good adventurer. I fought the battle for Ankiraj through the dark portal into Outland and joined the Argent Crusade to beat down Scourge in coldest Northrend. But before it all, I was a farmer here in Lordaeron. Now I find myself here in Hearthglen, a scant few miles from home. It's time I paid my respects. I'm headed to the Mender's stead before I return home. I wouldn't mind meeting up with you again once I get there. I've been many places in my life.
Greetings. How do you do? My name is Daria. I am one of the priests in charge of preserving the peace here in Hearthglen. One of my duties involves maintaining the tower down the trail to the southeast of Hearthglen. This particular tower is of personal importance to the High Lord. It's the place where his son was killed. With the recent incursion of gnolls, however, maintenance of the tower has grown difficult. Will you help me rid the trail of some of these gnoll vandals, so I can do my duty?
Go in peace.
You need something?
Finally. You're here. Get to work. My men have been sparring with these wooden practice dummies for far too long. Sure, you can learn how to swing a sword by practicing with a dummy, but real combat requires a real combatant. I had asked for them to send me someone imposing, but I suppose a skinny-armed adventurer will have to do. Now get in there and teach my men how to fight.
Have a good one.
Baladash Malinore. Remember the sun well.
Hey there. See you around.
The dark times will pass. We will persevere.
Something need doing? Yes.
Good day to you.
Greetings.
I'm just looking over my paperwork here, and it says that we were expecting a female hero. You're not, never mind. It would appear that you are not the person that I originally hired. But you did a good job, so I'm going to pay you anyhow.
For the Alliance.
Say, I never caught your name. Pleased to meet you. I've got one more problem that needs fixing, and you have a look about you that just screams I'm a problem fixer. There's a small mine on the northern edge of Hearthglen, where we get most of the ore that the town needs. My drudgers who work the mine normally do a decent job. Unfortunately, it seems that a larger than average spider has taken up residence within this cave. Think you can clear things up for me?
Be careful. Hey there.
Nice work. In retrospect, I'm glad that other hero never showed up. You've proven to be all the help I need.
See you around.
I must admit, hero, I have been using my mind vision spell to keep tabs on you, and I must say, the number of gnolls you found on the trail is truly staggering. Allow me to concentrate for a moment.
You feel Daria's mind vision travel elsewhere, then it returns to you.
Further down the trail, south of Talon's Tower, the gnolls have carved out a small meeting area to the east of the main road. Something is happening there. I'm not certain what. We should investigate. I will look for anything out of the ordinary. You just protect yourself. Gnolls and necromancy. What a surprise. And I thought that, here in the western Plaguelands, we had put these dark days behind us.
You sense Daria's eyes focusing on something on the ground.
Wait, what is that? See those reagents over there? And these supplies right here? Those belong to the Argent Crusade. Gnolls are known for thievery, but as far as I know, Hearthglen hasn't had any incursions since the Red Pine came. Very suspicious. I know a few helpful folks within Hearthglen. Morris Vant, Outfitter Mendeleev, Bree Ironstock, and High Cleric Alphys. All can be trusted, and are well connected. Question them to find out if they know anything about these lost supplies.
Greetings! You have a great day now.
Interestiana pint? See you soon.
What are you looking for? Have a good one.
Light be with you. For the Alliance.
Did you notice, hero? Many heroes were mentioned, but one heroess mentioned far more than the others. Bisp, but ill. Magus Bisp is one of Hearthglen's most preeminent arcanists. To imagine that he would be interacting with gnolls and dabbling in necromancy? Unthinkable. You'll find him atop the tower near Hearthglen's main gate. Hopefully he'll have an explanation for all of this. If not, well, I wouldn't go to the top of that tower unprepared.
Need help? Be careful.
I suppose that we can take his aggression as an admission of guilt. You all right, hero? So, you killed a member of the Argent Crusade inside of Hearthglen. Usually that's not smiled upon, even in self-defense. I recommend you come back to Martenhold Keep and turn yourself into High Lord Fordring. Hopefully he will hear you out and will be sympathetic with your situation. I hope I haven't gotten you in any trouble.
Put your faith in the light, and all is
I'm
possible.
already aware of your actions, hero. I welcome you into my town, give you my blessing. And what do? You slay the traitor that we've been hunting down for weeks. Well done. Your heroism is budding much earlier than even I had anticipated.
Find the strength within you.
You need something?
It would appear that I arrived before you, hero. Field Agent Kartish gave me the details about my old home. It seems my battles with the Scourge aren't quite over yet.
Be careful.
It's funny the things you remember. I spent 16 hours a day working the fields, and every 7th day I'd head into bustling Andorhal to sell what I'd grown. It was a tough life, but we did all right. But I barely remember any of that. When I think back to those days, I think about Gloria's smile, or Andrea waving from the window whenever I'd look up from the plough. The farm's just a bit to the east, but I'm not sure I'm ready to go back. I'd just like to make sure I hold on to these memories.
See you around.
Arcanon Poros.
My analysis is complete. The blight that affects the animals here is no residual disease. No, it is something new. And I think I know what it is. The Cult of the Damned maintains a plague cauldron on a farm called Garen's Withering. This farm is due southeast of us, close to where the eastern Plaguelands begin. I need a sample from this cauldron to verify my suspicions. Eliminate the cauldron, Lord present there for its key. You will then be able to access the cauldron and obtain my sample.
Remember the lessons of the past.
An access panel to the cauldron remains securely fastened. In order to open it, you will need to find the key. Cauldron Lord Solratha's key disintegrates as it touches the lock on the access panel at the base of the cauldron's platform. A slight clanking noise is heard within, and the access panel swings open to reveal more viscous toxins within the cauldron's floor. There is a small spigot here that bottle fits well enough under, allowing you to draw a sample for Field Agent Cartish. Carefully close the spigot in the control panel, watching the cauldron's pH drip into the empty bottle. With the poison in hand, it is time to return the Field Agent Cartish at the Mender's stead.
Chronokai Christor.
Garen's withering houses a viciously potent plague cauldron. Once we, a sample of the plague it, forth, we will be able to determine whether the cult of the damned, truly responsible for continuing to poison the land.
Blessings upon your family.
Good work. One moment, please.
The Draenei takes a moment to compare your sample with a sample he presumably had distilled earlier.
Yes, this appears to be the same corruption that is affecting the wildlife. With this knowledge and with your combat expertise, we may have the power to stop this.
Do not lose faith.
The Cult of the Damned maintains a small camp to the east, militia outpost, which they use for field training outside of the skull events. We may have allowed them to proceed unchecked with this training for too long. If cultists are truly using this plague to inoculate the wildlife, then Militia Outpost must be where the inoculation is occurring. Instructor Militia runs the outpost. Find her, slay her, and find out who she's taking orders from.
Remember the lessons of the past.
What can I do for you?
I wouldn't expect you to indulge the whims of a nostalgic old man, hero. Still, if you find yourself in the area.
For the Alliance.
This, Gloria used to read from this prayer book every night. How had I forgotten? She was so devout, hero. Oh, this painting. My daughter, Andre. She loved to paint.
See you later. Greetings. Be careful.
You wish to speak?
While you've been away, I've been trying a different approach on our friend Zenki. I believe he may have a future as a healer. This is mainly because healing spells never miss. I hear from Field Agent Kardish that the cultist camp to the east is where the plagued animals are coming from. I hope you don't mind escorting Zenki over there. Perhaps he can help heal some of the plagued animals within the camp.
Ancestors watch over you.
You take a look at the paperwork Militia was carrying. The orders in Militia's possession incriminate Darkmaster gambling of the Skulllands, but they also conceal another important bit of information. The cult orders state that the plague from the cauldron at Garen's withering is in fact being used for two purposes. The first is the practice of spreading disease through the animals of the Plaguelands, which you already knew about. The remainder of the plague is being shipped to the Weeping Cave, a cavern north of Militia's outpost, for for use in some dark experiments. Students of the Skullomance are using this plague to reanimate the dead. Certainly they must be stopped.
What brings you here? Winds be at your back.
By the Hero of the Earth Mother, he's done it. Thank you, hero. I admit, I had nearly given up hope on Zentinki. It is only due to your patience and diligence that he has come into his own as a druid and member of the Cenarian Circle. And that's without even mentioning the good you've done for nature. You have my admiration and respect.
Walk with the Earth Mother. The winds guide you.
Arcanon Poros.
You have gone above and beyond, hero. Not only have we set back the cult of the damned in their crusade to plague the Plaguelands, but you have another set of dire plans. They continue to reanimate the dead. Your hero will definitely bite when this information is to High Lord Fordring. Hero! No. You have my thanks, and the blessing of the Argent Crusade.
Dionys Aka.
What now?
Word arrived shortly before you did, hero. With the Scourge ejected from Andorhal, the Forsaken has cemented its foothold in Lordaeron.
Embrace the shadow.
Our victories are quickly piling up, hero. The Scarlet Crusade, which has long persecuted the Forsaken, is on its last legs. While they still hold their monastery here in Tirisfal, they no longer occupy Hearthglen or Tyr's Hand, far to the east. As recently as last week, there have been reports of Scarlet Crusade activity at a small camp east of Fellstone Field, but I have reason to believe that they too have been eliminated. Travel there and verify this information for me.
Remember, patience, discipline. Forsaken.
Burning bodies? No survivors? I guessed correctly, all the better. We're better off without the scarlet taint upon Lordaeron. They epitomized all the worst things about humans.
Trust no one.
Fellstone is ours. We can use its acreage and any dead bodies we find for our own purposes. I've received orders from higher up that you are going to be helping out in this process. You may have met Lindsay Ravensun on the battlefield in Andorhal. I've never met her before, but she seems to have made some friends in high places, because she's taking over operations at Fellstone. You're to meet her at the charred Scarlet Camp, the one you scouted out earlier.
Farewell.
What do you require? Hero, the Dark Lady watches over you. Embrace the shadow. Darrington and his men don't know it, but it was I who ordered the plaguing of Fellstone Field. We need this area for practice. If we're to win this war for Andorhal, we need to use our newest, most versatile weapon, Valkyr. Take my enthralled Valkyr with you, and kill the simpering Alliance scum that remain on Fellstone. Once they are dead, she will bring them back to this world. As one of us, the Forsaken shall not die out. Dark Lady, watch over you. am able to communicate with you through the Valkyr. Hero, you have done well. Remain on Fellstone Field. We must now teach these newly converted Forsaken how to fight. A Valkyr's only purpose is to serve, and this one serves you. I am now giving you full control over her abilities. Roaming around the farm's outskirts, you should find several of the Forsaken that you just created. I want you to use your Valkyr to gather at least 5 of them. Once you have done so, take your newly formed band of soldiers, bring them into Fellstone's barn, and kill the beast inside. Today they will learn what it means to fight for the Dark Lady. Hello? When Koltira gives his word, I will bring these Valkyr into Andorhal. We will win. And yet another piece of Lordaeron will fall to the might of the Forsaken. Trust no one.
Speak your peace.
Word is in from Andorhal, hero. The battle has resumed. It has become somewhat well known among the Forsaken that you are a hero of the first Battle of Andorhal. Koltira has requested your presence immediately.
Leave me be.
I shall serve.
Thessarian and the humans made their move. I thought I had an agreement with Thessarian, but I suppose this will do.
We do what the living cannot.
The battle started when they attacked us from the rear. I let my guard down, and a group of poorly armed farmers and militiamen swung into our flank from the writhing horde. They may be weak but unchecked. They threaten to overwhelm us with their numbers. Lindsay's pet abominations can handle the melee combat. You take this collar, stay in the rear, and use it to release my ebon gargoyle upon these farmers.
Death alone cannot stop us. We have died so that others
To the west,
may live.
deep within Alliance-held Andorhal, you will find their commanders. They do not fight, but call out orders from horseback. Hunt down and slay these commanders. The humans won't stand a chance.
We do what the living cannot.
What now? Why, it is true that these farmers threaten to overrun us. We still cannot forget about the Alliance's main forces. Travel west into Andorhal and slay the human soldiers that are fighting with our death guards. We need all the help we can get. Goodbye.
I need a target. I don't have a target. To target something first. I need to get closer. I'm out of range.
That better be good. You fight well, hero. I wish I had your ability and your bravery. Trust no one.
You need only ask. Death alone cannot stop us.
Merely a dent in their numbers. But the sight of their fellow men falling from the skies surely weakened their resolve.
We have died,
Well done. With them out of the way, I have no more excuses. Soon, I must battle Thessarian. For honor and for Andorhal.
We do what the living cannot.
I was informed that that worthless woman, Lindsay Ravenson, would hear too me in this battle. But so far, she's done nothing but brew within the basement of the Graithwall behind me. All the better, I suppose. She was a bit of a distraction. I cannot and will not stand for insubordination. Find her and bring her to me.
We have died so that others may live.
And you are... You won't be taking me anywhere, hero. While Koltir prances about with his playmate, Thessarian, I plan to win this battle. Then I'll make Koltira suffer for his weakness. Don't believe me? Fine. I'll let you in on a little secret. Dark Lady, watch over you.
We are the Forsaken. We will slaughter anyone who stands in our way.
While I watched Koltira let this war slip away from us. Even now, those infernal farmers threaten to overwhelm us, all because he refused to slay a friend. Take my Valkyr again. With her by your side, kill these farmers, convert them to Forsaken, and mobilize them. Then, take a group of them into Alliance-held Western Andorhal, and hunt down this Death Knight. Thessarian, we will win this war yet.
This is the body of Lurid, Thessarian's trusted knight. With Thessarian nowhere to be found, it would seem that the Alliance forces have withdrawn. The Forsaken have won the battle for Andorhal. Ivanas will want to know about Thessarian's departure from Andorhal. You resolve to return to the Forsaken-held side of town.
I've no time for games.
See? All it took was a little help from the Valkyr. These creatures are turning to be much more helpful than I had first thought. Now, on to other matters.
What joy is there in this curse?
Your performance was admirable, soldier. You make the Forsaken proud, which is more than I can say for our general, Coltira Deathweaver, I intend to have a word with that Death Knight. He has shamed himself and his cause.
What are we if not slaves to
I have
this
nothing
torment?
against the Knights of the Ebon Blade, but Coltira needs to be reminded who he works for now. His loyalty must lie with the Horde, or, more specifically, the Forsaken. I wouldn't plan on seeing Coltira anytime soon. Now that I have him, you can rest assured that any bonds he may have had with that Alliance scum will be thoroughly broken.
There are 4 tomes of great necromantic evil in Solomans, in the shadow of the light. Kel'Thuzad's deep knowledge, forbidden rites and other rituals necromantic, and the Dark Grimoire. As we, our way through this cursed place, find and destroy each book so that no other fool can, along later, and learn their vile secrets. The key to lifting the curse of this place rests in the final death of Dark Master Gandling. Do it and make him suffer.
Class is now in session. Dismissed. I can never die. This cannot be! Take some real... Death hurts. Unreal.
My dear, it appears we have visitors. Friends of yours, Voss?
You there! Make yourselves useful and deal with these summoners.
Their deaths only... What's the matter, Voss? Getting tired?
I'll never stop hunting your kind, Necromancer. Never!
Isn't it beautiful? The weaving of flesh and bone and soul.
We'll see if you revel so much in death once I've ripped out your throat.
You too are beautiful, Voss. Have you looked in a mirror recently?
Hey.
My dear, you should embrace this gift that has been bestowed upon you.
I will not let you curse another soul with this nightmare. Run, Necromancer. Your life ends once I catch my breath.
Come, Voss. Your fate awaits you.
Blood.
Did you forget, girl? I am the Dark Master. I command the undead.
I won't let you...
Now turn your lovely rune blades on our guests and fetch me their bones.
I can't fight him.
What?
Die, Necromancer!
The bones! You rat!
Leave me to die alone, please.
I need to get
Thank you, hero. With the destruction of the tomes, I'll go to my final rest, knowing that those books will never again haunt a living soul.
If you haven't come to study, I'll use you to teach a lesson. School is in session. Class dismissed.
Behold my true form. I owe you a debt, one which I can never repay. But I thank you for lifting the curse off of my family. Kel'Thuzad the Lich King, and now Dark Master Gandalf. All are dead. Perhaps now I too can find some semblance of peace.